I am Stacy, and I have congestive heart failure. And this is my new channel called Heart Junk. What I hope this channel provides is a place where those of us with CHF and our caregivers can come to vent, learn, make connections, whatever you would like. I'm going to begin by telling my heart story. I would also like to hear your heart story. If you are comfortable sharing it, if you would shoot a video and send it to me and give me your permission, I will post it and let others know your story. I know when I first got diagnosed, I would have loved something like this just to see that people are still walking and talking, basically. Okay, here goes my heart story. Pardon the teeth. They were part of this heart story. Medicine has eroded them. We're dealing with that next month. So pardon the teeth. They will get prettier. Sorry, you have to look at it. In December 19, on Christmas Day, I came down with a virus. We assumed it was the flu. I did not have health insurance at the time, so I did not want the walk-in clinic to test me. I said, I know it's the flu. You can't tell me it's not. Just give me some Tamiflu and let's get on our way. So he did that, and I felt horrible for 5 or 6 days. Got better. Kept chucking along, doing my work, raising my kids. And then in early February, I was walking across a parking lot and there was a very slight incline. Most healthy people wouldn't even call it an incline. But I noticed my teenage daughter and her friend were like twice as far ahead of me. And when I got inside, I'd lost my breath and I hope no one spoke to me because I was huffing and puffing like one little piggy. And then it went away. After about 30 minutes, I was fine, back to normal. 2 weeks later, I worked on a Monday. It was February 10th, 2020, my last day of work. Worked all day, had a great day. I'm a speech therapist with pediatrics. I work with birth to 5, and I own my own business. I don't anymore, but I did at this time. I worked all day, got off work, went and got some Starbucks, went to a meeting that I needed to go to that evening for my daughter, and came home. Did my home stuff, went to bed, and I woke up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night. And when I got back in bed, I thought, oh, I'm having a hard time catching my breath. Went back to sleep. A couple hours later, same thing. I go to the bathroom, come back to bed, and I'm so winded, I think, oh my God, I'm going to have to miss my first client tomorrow and go see my doctor. And meanwhile, I'm thinking it's a bad asthma. I have slight asthma only when I have respiratory illnesses. But I thought I'm having a bad asthma attack and I'm going to have to miss my first client. Little did I know. So then I go back to sleep and my dog wakes me up. And I walked to shut the back door after the dog had gone out the back door. And so I got up to deal with that. And when I got back in bed, I couldn't pull my covers back up. I was that out of it. And I was doing that. My breath was horrible. My breathing was horrible. My breath was probably okay. So I thought, where are my keys? Where's my insurance card? I've got to get to the ER. It's it's about 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm a single mom. I'm the only parent of 2 teenagers. And I went and knocked on their doors and just said, hey, I just want you to know I'm going. And meanwhile, I'm doing that breathing, that scary breathing. So I just want you to know I'm going to the hospital. I think I'm either having a bad asthma attack or a heart attack. Ha, 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 ha. I think I was being short on oxygen because I was like, I know which route I'm going to take that will be the least crowded. And if I pass out or die, I'm not going to hit anybody. And I was very illogical thinking. So we went to the ER. They got me right in with my breathing. A girl at the desk was from my church. And so that always helps when you know someone. I think it sped it along a little bit. And within an hour or two, they had done a couple of tests on me. My biological father died of lung cancer, and his father had emphysema. And I thought, oh, I bet it's my lungs. I thought it was my lungs, not my heart. And they came in and said, well, your EKG is all over the place. It doesn't look good. And I'm still like, what do you mean? And he said, your heart is not functioning properly. We're going to have to put you in the hospital. So I'm still like, okay. And that was a Tuesday morning. So I get admitted to the hospital. I am there. I get discharged that next Sunday. So 5, 6 nights maybe. And I don't really remember the time I'm in there. I lost 30 pounds that week, I think, because of the Lasix. They came in on Wednesday or Thursday night, woke me up in the middle of the night, and said, we are going to do your cardiac echo. I didn't know what that meant or that was the defining test. Okay, great. So the tech does it. He's very nice. We talk, blah, blah, blah. And I go back to sleep. Well, before he leaves, I said, how long is it going to take me to get those results? And he said, oh, probably by tomorrow. He said, actually, she's in the hospital right now. And because she called me to come do this on you as an emergency. So she may be here. Within like 30 minutes, she came in. I had not met the cardiologist yet. And she put her arm on my hand, woke me up and said, your heart is very, very weak. And I thought, okay. And then she said, I could barely understand her. She had a thick accent and it was dark and I couldn't see her lips and I had a hard time understanding everything anyway because my brain was on the blitz. She said, I didn't even know what ejection fracture was at that time. She said that mine was 19. And of course I didn't know. Okay. I didn't know if 25 was good or what. And so she left. And then they wanted to do a cath the next day. So they knocked me out for that, did the cath through my groin, and said nothing was blocked. So that was really good news. And shortly after that, maybe 2 or 3 hours after they did the cath, I had a vasovagal syncope, which is basically just passing out over stress or over something. But I passed out a lot. I mean, like it was bad. My blood pressure went down to 30/12. My mom was in the room and she called my dad to come up there. She was like, you need to get here now. And there were about 12 healthcare professionals in the room with me. And they were trying all sorts of things. And I was back in the bed and I was sick to my stomach. And I was like, I'm going to throw up. You got to lift me up. And they said, no, if we lift you up, you die. And there was this one screaming in my ear. Excuse me. This nurse, I'm going to get a sip. Dry mouth. I'm sure a lot of you understand it. I'm drinking soda. Don't tell my cardiologist. No, she knows I do. Anyway, this nurse practitioner was saying, in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And I'm like, and I'm trying. And they're like watching it go down. They're watching my blood pressure and everything go down, down, down. And then that main nurse practitioner said, has anyone tried Narcan? And they all said no. And so they came over and gave me a shot of Narcan. And they all went, it's working. And my heart rate started raising back up. And then I got back, into the safe zone. But that little episode really set me back. I don't remember. I remember one thing for the next 48 hours. And that is when they came to give me a life vest. They did put me in a life vest. They explained to me that if your EF is under 40, you are at a great risk of sudden cardiac death. And that this life vest should help you out if you get in the circumstances. I actually did better with the life vest than I thought. I did not enjoy it, obviously, but it did give me a sense of security when I'd go to sleep at night. And I wasn't going out much to stores or anything because I was so weak. So I got through it. Wish it weren't so expensive, but it never shocked me. It was fine. The interesting thing, and I'd like to know your stories, when I was being discharged, or the whole time I was there, no one ever told me I had congestive heart failure. They just said I had a weak heart and I didn't have any blood clots. And that I might have sudden cardiac death and put this vest on. So I didn't really know what was going on. And after I got home, a couple of days later, I was reading through all my paperwork and my main diagnosis was congestive heart failure. And I was like, oh my gosh, I bet you can guess what I did next. Yep. I Googled it. Nay, 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 newbies. I think all of us remember that moment we read those statistics on Google. I know I do. Just more positive statistics out there so it doesn't scare the bejesus out of everyone that reads those. I'd be interested in if someone would do a study on that and give us a little bit of good news. Anyway, that is the beginning of my heart story. I will go into life since diagnosis in the next video. Like I said, I would love to have some feedback. Please comment on this video with anything, any topics you'd like to cover. I've thought of topics like, what's your favorite meal? We could have everybody talk about their favorite meal. What's a good recipe? Do a little cooking. Not much, because I really don't cook. And presenting some kind of articles when I come across them. If y'all find them as interesting as I do, I'll talk about benefits of medical marijuana. You can tune in or tune out to that episode. Anyway, I'm trying to think of some good ideas for us all. So, if you have a heart story and are willing to share it, please email it to me. I will put my email in the description below. Email me, send me a video of you just doing what I'm doing, just sitting and talking. It's not hard. It might help somebody. Every video, I will preface every video with saying, this is not medical advice. This is my story, my heart story. So I think that's important. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you subscribe, I'll be able to do more of these faster because I'll be motivated. Well, thank you for joining, and I hope we can become friends. Thank you for joining, and I look forward to connecting with you. Bye.